I'm driving in St. Lucia right now, and I have to say one of the best things about coming to St. Lucia is a statement of me giving back to myself. It is a statement of me allowing myself to have the space, the room to breathe, to reset, to see life in a bit of a different way. Like living in a city like London, things are always timed. You got things to do, goals to hit. You're seeing other people's doors, so you're like, oh yeah, I can't be relaxing on my stuff. While I'm relaxing, someone else is killing it, and I can't do that. And the reality is, time is pretty much an illusion. So if you think you're missing out because of you gave a bit of time to yourself, or you gave a bit of time to something else, or you did nothing, you're not missing out. Like, time is definitely an illusion. There is more than enough for everybody. There's more than enough abundance of everything around, and what is for you will come to you and will be for you. And I wanted to say that because give yourself the rest. Like, if you've been thinking about, oh, I'm tired, I need to have a rest, or you're feeling drained, or you're feeling out of sorts, like if you're out of equilibrium, you're not really, I don't know, you're just not feeling right, give yourself the chance to reset. It's super important to be able to do that. One of the biggest things really to understand is that when you are full, your cup is full. And you probably heard this before. When your cup is full, people say, sometimes the saying goes that you can pour it into others. You can start to pour it into others. But actually, the quote really was, when your cup is full and then overfilled, you get to give from the overspill. Your cup should never go half. It should never go quarter. It should never go 3/4. It should stay full. Because that's when you do your best work. When your cup is full, that's when you do your best work. And I can say that for myself. When I'm full, that is when I do my best work. My best work. And it's when I'm at my best. It's when I don't give somebody something and I don't feel resentful if they didn't appreciate it. It's when I give something and I don't expect them to have to translate that into success, or into like they have to do it right in front of me. I give somebody something and it's just, this is the seed. I help somebody with something because I wanted to. I have room or space to give a bit of that time to somebody because, you know what, I've given that time to myself already. And that's super important. So the sun is in my eyes, but when your cup is full is when you get to do your best work. And I think sometimes we're not taught that at times. We're not taught that that's the way that it should be. We're not shown that that is where we really want to do. Because really, most cases, what's happening is that when we're in cities like London or other places that are very fast paced, or on social media, all you're seeing is somebody just doing. That's all they're doing. They're showing that. Just doing. That's what we think the world wants from us, just to do. And most cases, all that's going to end up happening is that we feel burnt out, or we are like secretly or silently burnt out when we start to deviate from the normal plan. We start to escape. We start to distract ourselves with stuff that we don't really want to do. All because actually all we needed was rest, like intentional rest. And that's everything. Being in St. Lucia for me is the representation of that. Give myself rest. And I want to ask you, like, what is your representation of rest to you? What is the thing that you do for yourself that doesn't have to do with anybody else, doesn't have an achievement, doesn't have an outcome, doesn't have a level of measure of success to it? It's not for anybody else. It is genuinely just for you. And yes, sometimes our answer would be like, oh, well, I do this and this with my partner. But actually, what do you do that's just you? Like, what brings your smile, your happiness, your level of fulfillment, your reset? Like, I needed that. And often it can be the silly thing. It can be the thing that seems like so unproductive. It can be the thing that just seems like, it seems silly. Like for me, it might be like gaming. I like recently got back into gaming, and funny enough, like my girlfriend helped me with that. Like, she got me a PlayStation 5, and from there it just kicked off. And I was like, then I got myself a laptop, a recent laptop that can game, so I can game on holiday. And that has actually just brought me so much joy. And sometimes I feel so guilty sometimes. Sometimes you say, oh yeah, like the people around you say, oh yeah, I did a few of the chores, like it's done now, so I can game now, is that okay? Or you say like, yeah, I did like 12 hours of work, so yeah, it's a game right now, it's cool. You don't need to do that. You don't need to burn yourself out for you to give your permission yourself to game. Like, don't let that happen. Like, it's your pace, your way of doing things, your time, your life. Because there's only one of it. You don't want to believe that you've just been pushing yourself to do something all for the sake of productivity, only for you to just feel burnt out and unhappy. Imagine living one of your days of your life unhappy because you felt like you had to show up in that way for other people. That's not right, because one day turns into a week turns into a month, and all of a sudden 5-10 years later you're doing the same pattern. And that's stuff I've realized that to be honest, I'm usually quite selfish with a lot of my time. Well, I used to be, I would say. But in reality, actually, there's so much people pleasing I've done in my past. There's so much of, I have to do this first before I can do that, or I need to look productive. And you know, it comes with the job sometimes, like my job of being a consultant in web development, or like being a problem solver. But there was a quote that I had where it was like, the quote was, I believe I must produce or do something to prove my value, to prove my worth. And that was crazy to me, because that means I'm actually potentially doing things because I believe that I'm unworthy. Because remember, it has to come from a place of scarcity. So when it comes from a place of scarcity, then in reality, I'm going to keep doing things that are in a place of scarcity. This is where like escapes come from. And doing the things that you promised, you said to yourself you was going to do, and you don't do them, and where you break your promises, and where you distract yourself, because you're basically doing it from a place of unworthiness. And that's not true. You are so worthy. You're so worthy of rest. You're so worthy of rest. You're so worthy to be lazy, what people call lazy. You're so worthy of doing nothing. You're so worthy of literally just chilling out. You're so worthy. And I just want to remind you that you actually deserve to rest. You actually deserve to do nothing. You actually deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. And I want that to be so clear for you. I'm laughing because it's crazy when we say it to ourselves. Like, if we had to teach our kids that you just have to do, they can't rest, they can't sleep, they take you know when kids like take naps during the day, and we said, no, don't take a nap, you got learning to do, you got so much of the world to live and to understand and to produce, and you have to work soon. Imagine you told them, yeah, they can't take naps. That would be so wild, right? Now you think that would be so wild if you told them they couldn't take naps, when really the rest is everything. Their mood is better, they learn better, they are happier. That's what you want your kid to be, and it shouldn't change. We should want to be happier in ourselves. We should want to be happier in ourselves. And I just want to say that, man. You deserve rest, so take it. All right, have a good day, enjoy yourself, do something that's fun. What do you enjoy? And just remember, you are worthy of having rest. All right, take care, peace.